We've had a close game so far, tied 1-1. Good deal of offensive chances on either side. Here's a chance for first. He barely edges out ahead of Mueller time. So tell me, how is PIC feeling about losing two of their starters here on A team, playing two B teamers as sub? Okay. You're not on that team, are you? I see. Oh, you played. You folks played Slatfac last week, didn't you? Any insights on how they play these next? Return for Cap. Great turn there. And you still split him. Even with I must say your guys' team, I said this during the draft stream. It's probably the single most interesting team to me in NLTP, at least. What with Cheese Doodle on O captaining, and then we have 360 Broscope, who's a good A teamer, but relatively he hasn't made a lot of weaves, I guess. And then we have Aaron, old Majors player who used to 14 seasons ago, and then Flaccid, who's untested on any team. Very interesting lineup. You guys managed to pull the split, and it did indeed look like you definitely had some keeks to work out. Kind of getting by on mostly mechanical skill alone. There's another from Slatfac. Monster team. How many times did Jerry? Surely it wasn't set. Currently just a totally dominant half for Slatfac after that first sort of hiccupy 5 or so minutes. It was going back and forth. Looks like the scoreline is going to be at least 5-1. They've been doing a good job of denying PIC their capping chances, so it's a good chance that the score deficit will only increase as time goes on. Here's another chance for them if they could pull off these blocks and first could get behind the tag pro. Tag lead coming in, but it looks like Mueller time is going to manage to edge out past 3. Here's a reverse chance for Curious, but 42 is too quick. Catches up, gets the return, and now another chance for Slatfac the other way. 3 ahead, but dying to the gate and getting blocked pretty hard here. If Farva can dance around Ducky, then how many times did Jerry score? 6 times. Working hard for that cap leader. Here's first, out past 2. Dancing high, but he's caught Snake. Mueller time with hopeful grab. See, they're playing Mueller time here, which is, I mean, he's a team defender. This is the issue with drafting as they did with such high risk. I mean, if all 4 of their players show up, I think that it's a top 3 team. When they keep having these kind of availability issues, they're going to be suffering and getting swept, as they did, I believe, last week by. First in base with a tag pro. He's going to accidentally grab, but it's a good out. Past 3 for him. He's high. Coming in. Cruel is totally blocked out. Looks like another for Slatfac. 20 seconds to go. It's possible that Picurious will make something of this out here, but he's caught by 42 barely. Cruel is not being aggressive enough, given that there's 20 seconds. He's stopped out high. If he had been a little faster, he might have had a better chance. And Slatfac gets the kept, and so does Picurious at the last second. Not looking to prevent the kept there, apparently. 5 captures and 245 hold for first. What a way to start tonight. He may be in contention for the whole leaderboard after tonight if he keeps putting 42, 9 pups. It's about the dominance that you would expect from a solid A team playing what is essentially half of a B team. But that's not to say that Picurious has no chance to back here. 30 play, down by 5 into the next game. On Cedar, it's hard to come back, possible. So we'll see if Ducky's able to rally. Although I imagine morale is pretty low with that first show. The unlikely comeback here, especially given the untested nature of. How did your team fare on the Abe Lincoln map? The new one, straight cash. And especially a map like the thing that I've talked to defenders, and the thing that most defenders tend to have a problem with when switching to grabbing, and straight cash homie is the worst kind of map for trying to recoup that learning curve, because it is incredibly difficult to grab on, or at least to get good starting. It's almost impossible in that case. There's 3 boosts, but all 3 of them essentially put you in the back of a triangle like Transilio. But even Transilio, there's better ways to get out on it. There's the bomb in the back, and looks like another cap with first here. His 6th cap of the night already. So in 10.5 minutes, he's put up better numbers than the previous hold leader. Here's Farver with another cap. Man, this is not going to look pretty when all things are said and done. I was scrimming, LBT was scrimming Slatfac before right now, and as it happened, they are incredibly good at controlling the flow of the game. First out again on straight cash homie. They're very good at a little bit of a communications problem there, and first has to circle. No cap there. He's returned. They're very good at controlling the pup, which is something that I find extremely challenging on straight cash homie because of the placement of that bomb and just the way that it flows. It's completely out of place. You would never really go there if not for the pup, which is, in my opinion, kind of poor map design, I would say. It's out of the way, and it's difficult to really control the space unless the bomb is. Current score 8-1 here in favor of Slatfac. A 7 cap lead. On Cedar, a map that is difficult to come back. Next round of pups is almost up. Farva is holding in the corner. He's going to get past Mueller time, it looks like. He's past 2. He's coming in for a cap that's basically uncontested. Make that score even larger deficit. They're going to get 2 tags, possibly a 3rd. Whatever spawns here. Oh no, they have the Superman instead. Looks like he's playing Ree with it. Interesting choice there. Well, I guess it's going to pay off. Another cap. Train keeps going. I think that's double digits now. I think 10-1. And still 2.5 minutes. Make that 11-1. 2.5 minutes gone. And another 7.5 minutes. It's not looking pretty. That's a cap every 30 seconds for slot. First and Farva struggling to go grab off, but Ducky and Tag Prof are struggling for the same. not using the. They seem a bit tilted to me. They seem a bit frustrated. They're not thinking, and they're not using the map elements as they need to be. Another pup sweep for Slapfack. Two of which are tends to go poorly, especially with so much time left. They should really be slowing it down, reconsidering what they're doing, but instead they're kind of rushing, seeming a little bit over grabby and a little bit less smart than they need to be. 42 kissing tag prof there to give first and out too high. If he's able to recoup, he is. He's holding. Could be a nub here. Ooh, very close to a 3-player nub there. First is looking very good tonight. And part of it is surely due to the difference in the skill level between the defenses of tonight and last week. But part of it is surely due to the fact that he's shaking off that many season rust that he was holding on to. He's got a rolling flag. There's a cap on the board for PIC. The first of the half. Could be immediately returned here. 42 going a risky high route here with the team boost, but it looks like it might pay off. First had not played competitive. Oh, great cap, great blocks there from Slapfack, and great cap by 42. First hadn't played competitive in not quite as many seasons as Aaron 215, but nearly as many. His last season was, I think, season 6 NLTP, and he had a lot of rust to shake off. But mechanically speaking, I mean, he's very renowned in the pubbing community as one of the greats, and he's finally come back into modern competitive. And as any player would, he has to shake off that rust bit by bit. But I think he's really starting to come into his own. And it's not like it's against a joke defense or anything. Oh, great pull by 42 for the cap. That's a hat trick defender. Butt Snake and Sergeant Ducky are two very tested, very respected defenders, I'd say. Well, maybe not respect, but that's by no fault of their own. 42 pulling again. Maybe he's going to get greedy, go for 4 caps here. He's returned in the top. First has a tag if Farva can hold here, but Butt Snake is too smart to rush. Current score is, I think, 13-2 in favor of first risking the flag pro grab, but it's going to pay off. Maybe not quite. He can't get to the bomb. Pups are almost out, I think. If Third can... Oh, he uses it just in time for a cap of his own. Now every single Slapfack player is 4 caps from defense, 4 caps from... Things are not looking good for this impromptu PIC team. Oh, great rub from Farva. Butt Snake gets to... Slowing down play. It looks like Picurious is remembering how to play defense a little bit better than they were. First trying to hold here. If Farva can get a block on Mueller, and he does, so first is out past 3. Likely another cap. There it is. That's his hat trick for the half, and he's already up to 8. Excuse me. I think it's 8, isn't it? He had 5 last game. 8 caps for the night. And that's only in game 1. It's looking good on the board, I bet. 42 may well be as well. He's already had a hat trick in this game, and he capped in the last game. I didn't see. He's out-holding this OD here, which you never want to see 42 holding your OD, if I may say so. Here's first with another chance if he can... Oh, he does pull successfully. Gotta wonder what they're doing there with the button. Ducky rushes out a bit too hard. First rush and a bit too hard. He's returned. Swift Flaccid from Mueller time gets him back on defense. Next round of pup. We've seen pretty thorough pup domination so far for Flatfack. I expect to see it on straight cash homie as well. They're a very good pup whoring team, if I may say so. 42 especially. Here he is with 9 pups this half. I think he had 7 or 9 last half. And it's a almost depressing scoreline so far in terms of pups. It looks like it's 11-20 to 4, which Ducky has a chance here, but he's returned. And first with the nub, beautiful nub. His 9th cap of the night already. 4th of this own. Fantastic nub there. And very good trust at return. 10 caps this half for Slatfack. Total domination from pups to hold to prevent everything. Picurious needs to reshuffle and consider how they're going to play with so few of their 42 hold Ken. He has played a whole lot of offense this game. He's got a minute 20 hold. He's almost rivaling Farva and hold their other offender other than first. It looks like he will Farva and hold. And still has a cap 1 grab. He is very competent looking tonight for a defender. Ooh, nearly even manages to hold out of the corner, but he's returned by 3. Farva holding, he's got a cap chance here. First needs to push on 3, but he doesn't. Not in time. Instead, he's going to get the regrab. He's going to come in low. Here he is with a chance. Cap puts him up to 10 for the night. Another 5 cap game first. 227 hold, and that's just the first game. First is going to be looking very good this statistically speaking. A monster showing from Slatfack so far. After a shaky split against Imagine Lagans, a team we've already discussed. They're looking to get back, and this Picurious lineup is certainly not the strongest that they could muster. I mean, Gateful Dead, similar numbers against a similar, and they're currently among the top-rated teams in the league. So you got to wonder, maybe this Slatfack lineup shift will really fit them. Maybe first continuing to regain that game sense, to couple it with his mechanical abilities is really going to help him. And maybe 42 continuing to cap way too many times for a defender is going to going into straight cash homie. It's going to be interesting to see how this map plays out. It's I think completely. I don't think it's flows very well. I think that the gate in the middle is a little bit redundant from what is in regular cash, which is just a block because people tend not to really go through the gate. It's risky. And then the pups, as we've talked about, are in corners where you don't really go other than to get the pup. There's spikes on the walls, which I hate. I think that's always bad map design when there's just random spikes on the walls. Yeah, to prevent the one. I mean, it's a pretty difficult angle to find yourself utilizing anyway. Looks like we're having Toronto it is then, Butt Snake. Maybe they're also having. Has he launched it on Toronto? That would be bold against the Western team. Smalley, are you in? Sounding like maybe it's Chicago helps two of their players, first and third. I believe Farva and 42. Chicago is technically first home server, and third is much better on Chicago. It will hurt 42 in Farva's game if first is putting up 10. Oh well. We'll have to see how he did on better ping. Well, if they end up playing, that is. Looks like still. Ducky says, my. I guess he forgot to actually make the change. Looking to game 2. We'll see if PIC makes some changes and is able to restructure their gameplay better. What was the scoreline on last game? Was it 16-2 or 8? 2? Yeah, 2. Uh, yeah, I should just give it to you. I find that's the best way. Oh, he's probably gonna. I think they're making a new group small. All right, here you go. Easy. Do you think Picurious will consider any lineup changes, or do you think they're gonna tough it out as they? Yeah, I might try to play Butt Snake on O here with tag off, especially on this. Oh, it looks like they. Oh, they're just. Part of it is that it's such a defensive map that I think I could maybe trust B teamers to at least maintain a reasonable status quo on it, whereas I might not trust Mueller Time, who's a natural defender and a B teamer, to reasonably make chances happen for Tag Prof, as it's already so difficult. Ooh, nice try for the out by Farva in the top corner. Farva in first, struggling. Tag Prof with the boost. Similar grabs made on both sides, but Picurious will be returned to 4 just in time for the power up. So here we're going to see Slapfac push hard for these pups. They're going to split them, but what you'll notice is that the defense both rushed out and doubled for the top pup, which is, as far as I could tell, pup strategy on this map. It's paid out very well for them, and now they have a reasonable cappy chance. Oh, never mind. Now it may go here as Farva will struggle to get out, but he manages it. And now he's out past 3, but Tag Prof gets ahead with the boost, doesn't get the return. If Farva is aggressive, he's not. He could have pushed through and split for the cap. Instead, he's pulling back all the way back to the bomb. Diffuses it for pups. That's going to change the way that he's. In fact, it looks like he's going for both bombs. That's probably going to change the way that Slapfac plays the next 10 seconds here. As 42 manages to get past all of the taps due to just frankly poor positioning by Picurious there. First is out with a juke, coming in for his. Oh, not quite aggressive enough. He could have had it earlier, but he chooses to hold instead. It looks like it will end up being a capture. Farva with the unfortunate flaccid grab. First with another grab here. His play so far this season has been characterized by patience and by waiting out the defense, essentially. It seems like this defense playing against them is maybe emboldening him a bit, and he is pushing for more risky change. And so far, it's paying off handsomely, as we could see by his scoreline, single-handedly even. 42 fighting for the tag up top, and he'll get it with the help of Turd Ferguson. Power-ups are a little bit more even than I expected them to be so far. 4-3 in favor, or 3-3 actually. Tag Pro lead for Slapfac if they're able to coordinate it properly. They're having trouble with that, actually. And first manages to hold through it anyway. Oh, but he's returned by Mueller Time on the corner. 42 pushing for the grab. Yeah, I think that if I was Picurious, I would make the switch here and put Butt Snake on offense. They need it. You know, they're down to 6 minutes to go. It's a really difficult map to. Farva, nearly manages to get out first with a flaccid. .42 is going to get a tag pro in the bottom, and Captain Ducky is going to get a rolling bomb diffused up top. But it looks like Slatfack is going to be risky out there by Farva, but he pays off and he gets the cap off. It was an interesting play. He went for the gate there, and Ducky was in position, but he did not manage to get the gate in time, and Farva got out and capped off of it. .42 is he's going to cap it. Ducky? Interesting. He doesn't even appear to be playing offense this game. It's been most of Miller time, I think. Either way, Farva maybe. Oh, he needs to. He's in dire straits. There's a pup sweep for Picurious. This could be a chance for them to get on board. First is too risky with this grab, but he pulls back just in time, manages to get the kiss, and Farva's there with the anti. Tag Prof with another chance here. Great boost, but is he going to get caught on the wall? Is Turd going to be able to pull the snipe here? No. Picurious gets on the board, brings the score to 4. It's not too early to it's not too late for them to come back, and it is far too early to call it for Slatfack. First with a nice grab with the help of Farva. He's out low. He pushes it riskily, but it looks like it may pay off, and it does. That's 12 cap. Pup time. King Cruel gets a tag at the bottom. 42. And they're pushing for it. 42 with the tag lead. And Farva gets a clutch return on the other side. Turd manages to force Tag Prof into the grab, and first we'll get another cap. Farva and first looking to pull another grab. Farva's barely returned by Ducky off of the bomb. First attempts to split 4 players. Sadly, it is impossible as it sounds. Next round of pups is up. We'll have to see how aggressive Fack is here. Even notice Farva with a risky grab. Nearly manages to make it pay off. See, that's another thing, is that should probably be 45. Makes it too hard to get out. It's not. You could have a lot of cool outs, but it's not. Split on the pups, Picurious with the tag, and Slatfack with the rolling. First manages to get out anyway, past the tag. Captain Ducky is meant to hold here. He manages to swing the kiss. Picurious with a good chance to prevent the cap here, but the rolling regrab for 42 is just run out. He manages to hold it. If first can solo, he does, and 42 may be able to get past here if he uses the bomb. But Ducky's in the right place at the right time, gets that. And we're reset on both. Play slows down and just barely just in time for the next pup round. Farva out past 2. Great support from first. Past 3, that is. If he could get over King Cruel, and he does, it's another 7-1 scoreline so far. It's actually, I think, is that higher than it was in the? No, it's the same as it was. Have they been Braziled already? Oh, it doesn't matter because first has managed to make it 8-1 instead. And Farva with another chance here. They have 2 tag pros, but they're just not able to capitalize on them. They haven't really been able to capitalize on any of the tag pros that they're getting because they lack the coordination. So Farva manages to survive. He probably shouldn't have even, but he's out, in fact. Past 3. Great plays from Farva. 42 and Turd, corner the FC, and Farva goes for the kiss. A little bit of a questionable kiss there. Buttsnake has the bomb to get out. But he's returned soloed by 42 off of the boost. First looking to get out past 3. They're not even pushing him. He's in the corner, and instead he manages to get out because they all want to get ahead. He may cap it again here. Just barely off of the momentum. They return him. King Cruel is out past 4. It looks like score is going to be 8-2. Oh, never mind. Farva manages to get ahead. Huge OD save from Farva. But Buttsnake manages to solo him in the corner, and First can't quite get there, so they manage to get the capture in the end. Great ahead though by Farva. And another cap for 42. Poor timing there. 9-2. Slatfack with a 7-point lead, likely going into the next half unless they're able to cap again. It looks unlikely that Picurious is going to put another cap. No 3D here from Slatfack. They don't need it, I guess. Farva manages to get a grab, but he's returned in the corner. First looking to get the capped here, but he's not able to. No capped on. Another relatively dominant showing from Slatfack in terms of score, but I am shocked to say that in terms of power-ups, they actually beaten handsomely, 11-7. That is very different from what I saw in scrims from them. They were dominating on power-ups and playing a much slower game in terms of capture opportunities. Meanwhile, First has put up insane stats so far. He's got 14 caps already and well over, an average of about 2.5 minutes of hold per half, which is insane. He's likely going to get a 10 weekly OGASP unless somebody else has put up equally insane numbers elsewhere. .42 wanting to hop right into the next handsome lead of 7 points. So far, it's been totally dominant for Slatfack. Picurious has struggled with their alternative last year, missing both Slowpoke and FUC. It's been brutal for them this season. They've been pretty handsomely swept both weeks so far. Well, I guess it's not necessarily sweep yet. I'd love to eat my words. I love a good comeback if they can manage it and pull down from 7 on straight. That's unfortunate. It looks like they're going to put up the first cap of the half by blocking out First and managing to get a good grab. If 42 may get the return cap, he barely misses and hits the corner. Ooh, some good momentum here for Picurious so far. But First with the killer split, he manages to get out and contained by Ducky off of the snipe, but he's holding and he's bombing in now. 42 saves his life and gets double returns, likely to be another cap for... Oh no, Mueller time with the great OD positioning. And Turd Ferguson quickly return on So far, Picurious has led half into the next round of pups. And they're going to get a pup sweep. 2 deuces. They're holding in the enemy base, and they're preventing grabs in the... but Mueller time is not able to get out, and Tagprof takes an unfortunate flaccid. Farva is quickly returned. Ducky is boosting on ahead and returned. Tagprof with the attempt to get an out, but he's returned at much slower pace so far in these first few minutes than in the previous half's first. Other than the early cap. First and Farva. It looks like Buttsnake and Mueller time have figured out the defense on the map a little bit better. First with an interesting grab. And the next round of power-ups is up. Slatfack has not played nearly as hard on the power-ups as I was expecting them to. They managed to sweep anyway, a diffusal up top and a tag pro at the bottom. They're going to try to make something of this tag, and they may. Farva needs to be aggressive, and he is, and he pulls the first cap. Great play from Farva. He knew exactly what he needed to do there. Executed it perfectly. To get past Ducky and then pull the cap off of the wall. Ties up the half. Game is led by Farva and first struggling once again to get a meaningful grab off of Picurious. They may well. Farva looking like he wasn't even expecting the boost block from first. And he's returned in the corner. Ducky with a nice hold. See, he would have been out if there was a 5 there. Cruel grabs in the corner and bombs straight to Turd Ferguson. In time for the next round of pups. Farva attempts to get a free grab. He is returned by Buttsnake, who stayed behind. And it is a juice top and bottom for Picurious and Turd Ferguson nearly gets out there, but Mueller time reads the play and gets the intercept snipe play from Mueller there. Farva and first back on offense as our Ducky, and Ducky's going to be returned. First nearly manages to get past, but for him. Too well positioned. Plays more resets. Ducky with a nice grab, but he's returned by 42. 42 and Turd Ferguson have such amazing chemistry together after so many years. It's really a pleasure. King Cruel is diffused in the bottom. First is intact up top. First with the rolling grab. Maintains it and uses it to get out past 2. The return comes from 42 in the bottom and in the top with the great backward snipe. First comes in for the capture off of 40 defensive plays. And Farva has a chance to double it up here if Tagprof can contain him, but it's looking like he's not. And Farva's going to come in with the cheeky cap to put him up 3-1 for the half and 12. Oh, God, I can't even track anymore. Buttsnake with a quick return cap for Picurious. The game is starting to speed up here. The momentum dies down a bit, but that was a quick stretch of about 3 captures in succession. All before the next pup round, which is coming up now. 42 holding past Ducky, but not past Mueller time, who comes in behind him and gets the return. Meanwhile, the power-ups do look to be going more for Slapback, but King Cruel gets great positioning off the bomb. And instead it's a sweep. Farva not able to get the time. Sweep tag at the bottom for Tagprof and juke at the top for. And Captain Ducky is returned from behind by Turd Ferguson. They made the mistake of going up there instead of down, and the defense has that great. Farva first nearly manages to get the return up top, but he's not able to. Turd is hoping, but he's hoping in. As I was saying, you should really go the direction that they don't have the team boost on this map, because it's very easy for them to catch up from behind, even if you have a tag lead. Farva holding up top, past Mueller time, past 2 now. Ducky looking to get the snipe contain. He's now needs to do something smart here. 42 with the bad spawn block, but Farva stays alive through it all. Great hold from Farva so far. He's returning the bottom. Buttsnake will get a tag pro at the bottom, and Turd Ferguson will get a tag pro up top. Farva will attempt to knock the tag off place. He does. Turd rushes back in time first with another. That is his 16th of the night, putting up week 1 Jerry nearly. Quite likely that he'll be in the top stats for the week and possibly for the season so far. With another cheeky grab, he's out past 2. He returns him. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Pike. Farva and first looking to make something. Ducky gets out past 2 here with a good offensive play off of the wall. Comes in. He's doing the right stuff, but his team is just not able to prevent from getting the grab off the OD grab. Now first is in a reverse scoring position, and Turd Ferguson and 42 looking to contain Mueller. 42 goes for the pup instead. Gotta wonder, maybe they had a communications problem there. He wants the pup sweep, I guess. He's diffused. Got a juke at the... He said, I haven't gotten nearly as many. I haven't gotten anywhere near 9 pups yet this half. I need to step up my game. Buttsnake is coming in, but first manages to catch him off of the boost. Tag Prof is out past 1. Never mind, he hits the wall and Turd is able to catch him. First nearly gets out past 4 with the bomb, but he's Farva in first pushing here. Captain Ducky nearly gets out with the bomb as well. And here's Farva pushing to get a grab. 2 minutes left for Slapfack here. Dominant showing from Slapfack tonight. Picurious managed to reduce the suffering a little bit, but I don't think Slapfack is likely to lose any halves tonight, or even win by less than a margin of what is now. 42 gets a grab with a Duke Juice. Oh, it's returned. Here's a chance for Picurious. They're not able to grab while spawning, and instead Ducky is returned quickly. Tag Prof is looking for the and get it. Looks like lockdown defense to be expected for the rest of the game from Slapfack. Farva with a nice pass to great boost spawn, and he's coming in now. 42 is not able to swipe out. Farva with a great out is for once let down defense. First with the grab here. Ducky's still. First unfortunately returned by the gate, and Ducky is able to maintain the hold. He's going in the corner here. Oh, just hits the wall wrong. If he managed to scoop that up, he would have been past 4, and his team could have pushed for the return. Tag Prof returned in the bottom. Mueller is going to manage. Tag Prof steals the power up from him. Oh, but a great bomb angle. 42 manages to get there in time. Great play from both offense and defense. 42 gets past the Juke Juice, but is returned, and now Slapfack is in a bad place, but Turd catches him off. First looking to get a bomb grab here. He pulls it, and he's holding it in their base. 22 seconds to go. He knows that the game is won, but he wants that stat. He wants that 17 cap. He wants those Jerry stats. He's not able to get him. Farva with a chance here for one more cap on his stats for the night, and he comes in. Beautiful boost, but sadly his defense is once again unable to. Oh, and now Captain Ducky has the chance to make it closer than I thought, and he does. Last second cap from. Close that cap a little. Closer. Great turnaround for Curious. Butt Snake with a carry ball. He has a capture in 23 tags, which 20 were returned. 2.5 minutes of prevent, 48 seconds hold off of 7 grabs. Great showing from Butt Snake. Unfortunately, the rest of his team is not quite able to put up the stats, and while they were working more cohesively than they were before, they still had the struggles, and they still ended up losing the half. So overall, a pretty dominant night from Slapfack up until the very, very end. Much better than their week 1 showing for a number of reasons that we discussed. And first with insane stats for the 16 caps, well over, I think, 10 minutes of hold. I guess I don't know this for, but lots of holding. Yeah, so the stream I'm in the someday. I'm gonna go see. Thanks for letting me.